What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. We are closing in on Deadpool and Wolverine and of course San Diego Comic-Con Hall H, where we suspect the number one thing on everyone's mind, the number one thing they're going to answer is when is the Multiverse Saga going to end, and then fill in the slate from there. Now, as of right now, and according to trusted industry insider sources like Daniel RPK, who had an update to offer today as far as what's going on with the schedule and filming for both Avengers films, seems to think that the Avengers are still on par for a 2026/2027 release. However, there is other news that's been circulating we're also going to cover during this video that makes it look like the Multiverse Saga may actually get pushed out until 2028. We've also heard some complicating rumors as well surrounding the director carousel that apparently Marvel Studios is on right now, not only trying to find a director for Secret Wars, but simply find a director for Avengers 5, which shoots right at the end of this year. Those rumors include Shawn Levy and the Russos, and a surprising rejection regarding the latter by Marvel Studios. We're breaking down all the latest updates, where they came from, and what they say about the next coming 2, or should I say 3 Avengers films. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner for Deadpool and Wolverine's release next month. Again, all you gotta do is be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so according to the latest from Daniel RPK, this is what he's saying about Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, their filming and their release dates. Quote, Avengers 5 will wrap filming in August of 2025. Remember, it's set to start at the end of this year, or rather on New Year's Eve, January 1st, so it's going to be a long shoot. And then they will take a small break after August 2025, and then begin filming on Avengers Secret Wars in fall 2025, so just some months later. Both films are still on track to make their May 2026 and May 2027 release date, respectively. And again, this is all according to Daniel RPK, the most trusted of industry insider sources. This is his latest update coming from just a day ago. Now, there are sort of rumblings out there that actually the Multiverse Saga might end up taking us through the end of 2028. This according to a couple of sources that should be left basically in the rumor mill or grain of salt territory, but that would make me think maybe Avengers Secret Wars will finally end up getting broken into the 2-part series that many of industry insiders have pointed to as a possibility. Then you'd see maybe Avengers Secret Wars 1 in 2027 and Secret Wars 2 in 2028. Still, I think it is overly ambitious for them to try to carve out both of these movies in the next 24 months with no directors attached, script be what it may from Michael Waldron, and still, to me, think it would be a lot more logical if at least one of these ends up getting delayed to make more space on the slate for them to be able to fit all these new projects we know are coming and going to be announced this summer at San Diego Comic-Con. Either way, we're only less than 30 days away from Marvel Studios clearing all this up, but of course they've changed their announcements in the past. We'll have to wait and see what they say at the end of this month, but again, according to the source that we trust, things are still on track for 2026 and 2027 releases for Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 Secret Wars. But in order to film these movies, they need to have directors. And it seems as though Avengers 5 in the current state still doesn't have one after we heard rumors of not only Shawn Levy getting first refusal on the film, but also apparently the Russos approaching Marvel to direct Avengers 5, and Marvel rejected them. This is the latest coming from Jeff Snyder on the Hot Mic podcast talking about exactly that. Who's going to direct Avengers 5? He weighed in and said this, quote, the Russo brothers had interest and wanted to direct Avengers 5, but Marvel Studios passed on them. Now, I know this news is going to come as quite a shocker to some of you, as it did to me, and I'll be the first to admit that in the wake of finishing Avengers Endgame, parting ways with Marvel Studios, and since they've started their production company Agbo, their own work, the stuff that they've directed, not just produced on, but directed, has not been great. And since they have not had an opportunity to work with any of the stories or the characters during the Multiverse Saga the way they did during the Infinity Saga, maybe Marvel Studios saw it as one of those things where there was more downside than upside. Basically, bringing them back, there would be such an expectation of them to capture the exact same feel hype and wonder that they did with the Captain America movies, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, maybe Marvel Studios said, hey, we're just in a different place with the characters, with the story, with the studio. This is not the right time to bring the Russos back, throw them into the middle of the fire, and then try to have them salvage this Avengers 5 film that A, lost its titular antagonist in Jonathan Majors Kang, then lost the Kang title, and then had to be rewritten by Michael Waldron. I think maybe just too many factors. On top of that, it was not always easy going between the Russos and the rest of the crew over at Marvel Studios. There were major fallouts over elements that they wanted to introduce into Avengers Endgame, namely Captain Marvel, which the Russos had to stand their ground on. Knowing the track record for Marvel Studios and how they've wanted to make this movie by committee, especially throughout the Multiverse saga, it's possible that in order from their point of view to salvage these Avengers films, they need that control on the studio side, and that's something maybe they just weren't prepared to do, basically fight with the Russos for the movie that the Russos wanted to make. That is definitely not a knock on the Russos, but rather on Marvel Studios, their MO to make these movies by committee, and that's why they've been hiring the directors that they have during the Multiverse saga. Now, speaking of which, that did not seem to be a hang-up or a problem for Sean Levy, Ryan Reynolds, and the crew that worked on Deadpool and Wolverine, and as you may have heard real recently, Sean Levy was confirmed by the Hollywood trades to have first refusal on Avengers 5. Marvel Studios offered it to him, and we were, quote-unquote, waiting to see what he would say. Now, according to the same industry insider Jeff Snyder, who had already indicated it was a long shot for him to take the film in the first place, has also now come out and said that Sean Levy will not be directing Avengers 5. And while we wait for the Hollywood trades to confirm that or confirm a new director, again, we're only 30 days from finding out who Marvel Studios is going to announce at San Diego Comic-Con. And I have to say it out loud, I think it would be a disaster if Marvel came to San Diego Comic-Con, came to D23, announced a new Avengers 5 title, this whole new slate and plan, and still did not have a director that they could announce for the film, especially knowing that they're going to start right at the end of this year. That would only, to me, further illustrate the woes they're having of garnering some real talent and behind the camera to direct these movies in the first place, given their track record as of late. Now, no matter who ends up helming Avengers 5, they're going to have their work cut out for them for a lot of reasons, maybe more than I can enumerate during this video, maybe the collective state of the Marvel fan community and Marvel Studios over the last 24 months, but it's going to carry the connotation of all the Avengers films that came before it. So not only will it have to be as good or live up to those in sort of fan expectation, but it's also got to set up Avengers Secret Wars, and Lord forbid they lay an absolute stinker or an egg of Avengers 5. That could really end up hurting the outlook for Avengers Secret Wars, and honestly, this is the sort of complication, the sort of thing that may have directors like Sean Levy saying, you know what, you guys can go ahead and keep that for somebody else. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Now that the Russos and Sean Levy are off the table for Avengers 5 directing that film, who do you have for Avengers 5, whatever it ends up being titled, and who do you want to see direct Avengers 6? I am all ears. Let me know down in the comments quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel, and we're just going to continue to do that until the PlayStation 5 Pro or the 6 comes out. At this point, who knows which will be first. Also, when we get a little closer to Deadpool and Wolverine's release, say about 2 weeks out, we'll start doing more regular ticket giveaways for the film as well. If you want to be entered to win for either of those or any of the other future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos that you comment on here at the channel, the better chance you have of winning. Please remember that only winners will be announced when there is one, with the comment shown on screen and live with my voice announcing that winner. So if you should get a comment on my YouTube channel, really any YouTube channel, any platform with someone claiming you've won a prize, please remember that anybody can take a content creator's photo, make a new profile, use that photo, claim you've won a prize, and it's all just a scam to get you to pay for shipping. No content creator will ever ask you to DM them on a third-party app like Telegram or WhatsApp. No content creator, point blank, will ever ask you to pay for shipping. So if this should happen to you, although they've left us alone for the last year or two here at my channel, they've been attacking some of my friends' channels in this little corner of YouTube. So if you should get a comment like this somewhere, please report it to YouTube. YouTube is very fast and thorough about deleting and suspending those accounts. And then not only have you deleted that comment for you and other people on that channel, but you've deleted that comment across all of YouTube wherever they've spammed that. You are doing such a community service and really helping everybody out beyond just the content creator who's getting spammed. So if you should get a comment, remember, report it to YouTube. The best way to keep up with the content here at the channel has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you guys checking my music out, thanks to those who already have, thanks for your support here at the channel. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.